drinking sangria.
Nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down cause my dick can float.
We sail around the world and go port to port. Every time I come, I produce a quart.
Put on your life.
What is up, Gorilla Nation, and welcome your butts back to a brand new edition and a brand new episode of Division 2 Builds. But before we hop into today's video, if you would be so kind to smash that like button, ground and pound that subscription button, and also reach up there, trigger the bell, and turn on post notifications, so that way you know each and every time a video that is uploaded or a stream goes live. In today's video, we're going to be talking about being simplistic in build making. Now, this build that I'm about to show you is just that. It is very simple and simplistic in its values and also the pieces in which you use. But enough of that, let's hop right into the build itself. And what makes it so simplistic is everybody and their grandmother knows that the best in slot pieces for gloves and knee pads is the Petrov Contractor's gloves that has the baked-in 8% damage to armor. Likewise, the Fox's Knee Prayer Overlord knee pads has the baked-in 8% damage to targets out of cover. One is multiplicative, one is additive, but it is the best in slot when it comes to generating damage without really any concern as far as I would call it, getting lost in the sauce. You know, when you have a build idea and you start theory crafting and then you kind of get lost in it and it doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to, the way that you thought it would, and it gets kind of frustrating, and then, you know, you're back to the drawing board. Well, this method is very simplistic in its form, as you're getting the bonuses and the benefit of the 4-piece Heartbreaker, which is, as you see on the screen, the plus 2 pieces assault rifle damage and 15% LMG damage for 2 pieces, 15% weapon handling, and of course the Heart Stopper. And since you're utilizing both backpack and chest piece, that comes with, on the chest piece, the max BPM, which increases your max stacks for Heartstopper from 50 to 100. And then, of course, on the backpack, it has Cold. Increases total bonus armor gained per stack of Heartstopper from 1% to 2%. So I know majority of people have put on the Catharsis mask. They went with Coyote's mask. They've done, you know, the exotic chest piece, so on and so forth. And, you know, you try out and it doesn't really, you know, I guess, pop your popcorn, so to speak. It doesn't burst your bubble. It doesn't entice your bean, so to speak. But enough metaphors. So instead of getting lost in the sauce, if you're looking for something that's going to get you in and out of missions with ease and not have to worry about proccing such things like the Catharsis mask, you know, taking that damage in order to get the purge, or the likes of, let's say, you know, vigilance or whatnot, where you're taking damage and then you lose it for 4 seconds and that constant on and off, or pulse, you know, you pulse them and then you're waiting for your pulse to come back before you pulse them again. So at least this way you are fluid in what you want to run as your skills, as far as a reviver hive, some kind of heal, or defender drone, healing fixer drone, pokey heal. You know, the sky's the limit on what you want to use, and gives you the luxury and the freedom of picking whatever dictates what situation that you're in. So it's very fluid and simplistic also in that manner. Now, when it comes to the weaponry, it's basically feeler's choice, but since you are using the 4-piece, and of course the Petrov Contractor's gloves, you're getting 10% LMG damage just for 1 piece of Petrov, and of course if you have the max core attributes, unlike me, 15%, so that's a total of 25% weapon damage just for this 1 piece, and that's not even including the 8% damage to armor. And then you throw in another 15% LMG damage on top of that, and then you get 40% just in bonuses when it comes to weapon damage. Now you can choose whatever LMG that you like. You know, I'm flip-flopping back and forth between the Pestilence, you know, my babe, and of course the blue screen. And the, you know, each one has its uses. As far as the blue screen, it's the only thing that you're really, you know, proccing here by putting on those disruptor rounds stacking up those stacks so that way you can pulse, disrupt, and disorient the targets. Now, when it comes to the El Pestilence, you're applying the Plague, which is hits applied debuff, dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to the nearby enemy within 25 meters. So it just is basically builder's choice, personal preference on what you want to use. And just as a little side bonus, I do have the oldie M60 Black Market. And as you can see, crit chance, but you can change that however you want to. But I wanted to try out the Flatline actually as an LMG talent. And, its base damage is 117.1. And of course, just for dinging them in the noggin, you're pulsing your targets for 5 seconds. But, it doesn't really necessarily mean that you have to use any particular LMG. You can go with the Infantry MG5, you can go with the Negev, the Dare, whatever you so choose, but I highly recommend either the Blue Screen or the Pestilence because those are the two top dogs when it comes to LMGs. You just can't use both at the same time because they're both exotics. You have to pick one or the other. But also you can, dictate, switching them in and out when you so choose and whenever the situation applies. Now, when I went and chose the specialist, I went with Gunner just for the simple fact that I am using LMGs, and for every kill that you get, you also get a bonus of 5% RPM when it comes to LMGs. So with each kill, your RPM is sped up, and then also every third reload is much, much faster. You can reload twice as fast, and it comes in really handy, especially pairing it with LMGs. So keep that in mind. But if you wanted to go with the likes of Survivalist, Sharpshooter, whatever you so choose, it's up to you. But this is the most simplistic way to run the Heartbreaker gear set. So definitely try it out. Don't get lost in the sauce and creativity and trying this or that and end up getting frustrated. If you just want raw, unparalleled damage, and not have to worry about proccing, such things such as backpack talents or chest piece talents or things of that nature, then run whatever skill you so choose to benefit whatever squad that you're in, or whether you're solo, whatever it dictates the situation, and just get the raw damage from the Fox's Knee Prayer with the damage to targets out of cover, the enemy armor damage from the Petrov gloves, and then pair that with LMGs, and it all synergizes quite nicely. But I hope this has been informative. No gameplay is necessarily needed because it's so simplistic that, what I'm going to show, just add minutes to a video that's 10 minutes long that you really haven't seen before, because I'm pretty sure everybody have seen it before. And since I'm not relying on any procs of any nature when it comes to chest piece or backpack talents, it's pretty straightforward. So no gameplay is needed, but you can tune into the live streams or previous live streams and see this build actually, work. But I guarantee it's going to work, and that's why there's really no gameplay needed, because everybody's gaming playstyle is different. And everybody's values are different, where you want to go crit chance, crit damage, or just for the added benefit of putting armor regen on everything to speed up those healing processes. If you're using a fixer drone or a chem heal or a chem hive, then you can do so also. That will further your survivability while you're trying to build said stacks with the Heartbreaker. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate all the love and support. I'm here trying to fix my dad's boat. So there's that, and we'll see you guys fudging later.